Esther's sister told Esther and friends one of the best law of attraction stories Esther's heard in a while, about something not very significant, but all law of attraction stories are about things that are not very significant, because law of attraction is just a fact that is happening all the time. So as you get used to it and begin watching for the evidence of it. So she is watching her little 1-year-old granddaughter, and they are moving through a mall, a big mall in Houston, sort of passing the time. And this little girl is in a stroller, and she has on really bright, beautiful, shiny new shoes that her mother has just purchased for her at some significant price. And as Jeannie is moving through the mall with this baby, at some point she realizes one of the shoes is no longer on one of the feet. Unsettling. She didn't want to lose any shoes, especially new shoes. And so she begins retracing her step. Not an easy thing, because she has no idea where she's been. So she moves up and down 4 levels of a very large mall and does not find the shoe. Goes back to the hotel room thinking maybe we never got out the door with it, but it is not there either. And so the next day, still no shoe. And another day passes, and now Jeannie has given up on the shoe, you might say. And yet that morning she felt an inspiration to put the one remaining shoe on the baby. Now, that may seem odd, but it seemed like the thing to do, and so off she goes to the mall. And so they're just letting the time pass. She is having a nice time. She is babysitting while the mother is in meetings and moving around, sort of looking for the shoe, but really haven't given up on it. And then she comes to a buffet. She wants to get something for the little girl to eat, looks at the menu, thinks, no, it's not quite right, begins to walk away, and feels an overwhelming impulse to go back there anyway. Even though her logic has said, this is not the place for us to eat, her feeling of, this is the place I want to be, was very strong. And because Jeannie was tuned in, tapped in, turned on, having a wonderful day with her little granddaughter, she followed the impulse and went in, and is sitting and eating with Ava. And while they are having lunch, 4 teenagers come by and they say, the other shoe is in the bathroom. What bathroom? The bathroom down by such and such on another floor over there in the other end of the mall. Well, now Jeannie has all of the baby's things and all of their food there. And one of the little girls says, I'll go get it. So she goes and brings the shoe back. Now, isn't that just a really wonderful law of attraction story? It's a needle in the haystack story. But all law of attraction stories are needle in the haystack stories, aren't they? Because when you don't know where something is, it feels impossible to find it. But when you know that someone knows, Now, Jeannie was not spending much time worrying about this shoe, which is really the point that we're making. Once she gave up looking for it, once it was no longer lost, once it was no longer an issue, now she's just resumed normal life, running around a mall with a baby with 1 shoe. Not exactly normal life, but it was a happy life. So what we are saying to you is that these things are happening to you all the time too, aren't they? Things that seem not plausible, not even likely. But we want to bring you, by the time this gathering comes to an end today, to a place of realizing that all things are possible. That there is nothing that you could want as insignificant as a button or finding a shoe, or more significant like a castle or an empire or a movement. There is nothing that is out of reach for you. You've just got to train yourself into the frequency of it.